Number one goals I want to talk about is economy, which is very important part of this journey. When you get to this point, you already learned about your skill set, you became a master, and now you're probably embarking in your own journey, which is, there's many ways of doing that. You could be taking on a big job in a big company, becoming a CEO, becoming an important person in a company, like the master person that you became in your skill set, or you started your own small company. So many things you could be doing. So I'm going to talk about kind of from my point of view, because this is how it happened to me. I started a small company with my brothers. So I'm going to talk about from that point of view, then it will help you in your own journey, the story that I'm going to be talking about, which is I'm going to start with economy. Economy is the really important part of your starting a company. If you haven't been in different kind of economies, economy does not stay still. It always fluctuates. It goes up and down, and you have to understand what the economy is gonna do, so you'll be ready for it. One thing I didn't do is I did not understand the economy that well. I did not pay attention to it. There was no one telling me what could happen, what can happen to something that you work so hard on building, like your company. Looking back, one thing I realized would have helped tremendous was reading books, learning about economy, and understanding what could happen to your company, to you, to your family, to what you started. So I would recommend you guys read books about economy, especially in your skill set economies, because a lot of times economy affects differently to, if you're like for farmers, or to machine builders, or the marketplace, stock market, all these different varieties of things people are doing, right? And you have to pay attention, because I remember building really solid designs and ideas and clientele, and when the economy crashed, we did not understand. We went and purchased a house, the money that we made, instead of investing in the company. That was a mistake, because when the economy crashed, the house prices went down. That was not good for us, for the company. So pay attention to what you're doing, when you're spending your money, where you're spending your money on. It's very important. Also, we did not understand how long would it take for the economy to come back, and that kept us behind, and that kind of like took us in this weird place where I remember we were younger, but I remember telling to each other, to my brother and I, we're like, if we're gonna work this hard and we're gonna lose everything that we build, what is the point? And we just like kind of a little bit gave up on the idea of building the company. We were just doing very little until we realized that's not good. We have to do better. But that was almost two and a half years later, and we lost that much time that we cannot get back. Time is valuable, as we know. Once the economy picked up, we just like went back to start working hard, building the company back up, hiring people, started doing multiple different things that help the company to go forward. And so I'm gonna move on to the ideas, because this is where it will help your company to move forward, break through out of your not a comfort place you've been for probably a good while. So economies, read books, talk about to people that they've been through a lot of different kind of economies, they will help you out. Maybe not all the way, but you will get help, enough help. So I'm going to move on to the ideas. Ideas are very crucial here. Now, because the economy crashed or went to the roof, depending where you started in the economy, your company, your work, your wherever you are. So ideas are very important. At this point, you probably started with inexpensive, smaller, beautiful pieces, or ideas, or machines, or whatever you've been doing in your skill set. Or you started the opposite, bigger, more expensive, more intricate pieces that you've been doing for a while. So you have to shift your position depending on where you are in the economy. For my experience, where I was in the economy, it just dipped really, really quickly for me. And then when it came back up, what I did was I came up with ideas in the deep economy, less expensive, smaller, beautiful, colorful, make people happy when they wear. People weren't spending a lot of money. So I used that kind of ideas to go float in that economy. And once the economy picked up, I was making larger pieces, a little bit heavier, and I mean, whatever I could come up with, new ideas, new shapes, new forms that could help bring in more orders, I did it. So ideas are very crucial in that going down and coming back up to the economies. So now designs are crucial too. Every design that you make has to make sense. It has to look and sound, and price point has to match. So sometimes it's difficult to understand when you're new, like, or in a company or your own company, it works the same way. So you have to come out with the designs that works. My recommendation is, over the years, I've been doing this for over 35 years. So when it comes to designs, pay attention to your experiences, the main thing is to your gut. Whatever your gut is telling you, you're gonna go with it. When you go with it, pay attention. Is it working? Is it not working? Are people responding to it or not? This is very crucial, very important. Designing is art. Art is your mind vision. You have to see these things, right? So if you don't have visions, you don't see these things, most likely you're not exposed to outside world. My recommendation is take little vacations. Go out places that you've never been. Probably you're not comfortable being there. For instance, desert. People don't like to go desert. But if you go to the desert, my experience is very calm, very soothing. It's peaceful. You become your own person when you're in the desert. For me, it's amazing. It helps really, really tremendously. I can center myself, and then that's where I find myself designing ideas coming, floating through me. That can work for many places also. It's not only the desert. That will work for going to the beach where it's a little bit uncomfortable. Getting out of your comfort zone is very helpful. Also, reading books, new ideas, new concepts, talking to new people, going away from your border zone, which is, a lot of people have built this zone where they spend their time in commuting in and out. Go out of your comfort zone. All these things will will push your ideas, your designing ideas further. So these are a few things I had to say about designing. And also, when you sit to design something, you have to hear yourself, close your eyes, focus in your gut, and then start designing. My designing journey really started when I went to Burning Man. Before that, I used to struggle a lot. I used to look at a lot of magazines, a lot of other designers, what they were doing, who's doing what. And when I went to Burning Man, I remember that the second, third day, I was on my bicycle, riding my bicycle, looking at my shadow, and I was wondering, thinking, and then I remember suddenly my thoughts disappeared. That was one of the first times actually my thoughts disappeared, and I was trying to think and no thoughts were coming to me, and I was just shocked. I was telling myself, like, try to think, and I couldn't. It was the first time I could actually look at something which was my shadow on the playa and couldn't think. That was amazing. That's when I learned how to control my thoughts. That I knew that I could control my thoughts, actually. And that, after that point on, I remember going on the playa, because the playa is full of designs, ideas, art, what an amazing place. So I went around, saw all those ideas, everything. I came back home, came into my business. I knew instinctively that I need to get rid of all my magazines that I used to use to get inspired, somebody's idea, which it was somebody's idea, it wasn't my own. And I just gathered all my magazines, everything, threw everything out. I just sat in my office, start designing. Whatever was coming out of me, I was designing. Today, because of that, 10 years later, I'm like really good designer, because I worked really hard for it. It didn't happen overnight. And designing is something that you guys have to really have to work hard on it. Put yourself out there, go expose yourself in art, in different environments, different times in your life, in your economies, in your marketplaces, everything. Ideas always changes, designs always changes. So keep up with it, be ahead of time all the time. Okay, so next is markets. Market also come and go. Companies come up. You can come up, other companies come up. They will dictate the market. They will bring in ideas, they will market their own ideas. Next thing you know, everyone else is asking for color designs. Next thing you know, people are asking about white or black or whatever they may be. So you have to pay attention to the market, what it's doing, right? So if you can create something amazing and then learn how to market yourself, that would be, you'll be ahead of the marketplace. So that's market. Also, there are a lot of books about market. Read the books, learn market. So until now, I've been telling you guys read books, right? And learning is the essential part of your company, you, and the place that you're working. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it's a learning process. So if you have 15 hours a day that you can put in to work, family, you make sure you have some hours in there where you're studying and learning wherever you are, whether you're in the economy time, you're in the idea time, design time, market time. Always study. All these variations, they have their own books, their own experiences. Always read, always study. Next is markets. I think you guys need to learn about markets. That's very important. Next is tools. Tools are important. When I first started, I didn't have a lot of money, but I had a lot of knowledge because I'm third generation jeweler and I've used a lot of hand tools. Hand tools, you can make amazing things with hand tools, but you can't make a lot of things. You have limitations, and more. Every time you make enough money that you can have on the side, I would recommend, my recommendation is buy new tools, whether hand tools or different kind of tools that you don't need to use your hand. Buy tools. This is very important, crucial for your growth and your company growth, and to start bringing in more money if that's what's going on, whatever you're producing, and then reinvesting in more tools. You always need to reinvest in your tools so you can go forward in your company, in your life, in that manner. So tools are important. One other thing is go to trade shows where they're featuring all the new tools, new ideas for your industry. Don't make any excuses. Get up, go, learn about new ideas. If you don't, your competition is doing it anyways, you're gonna be left behind. You're gonna have to compete with your competition. If your competition got you the new tools and that you don't have, guess what? They're gonna do better than you. So pay attention, go to trade shows and learn about your industry tools, what's coming up, read about them, learn. So next is after that is machinery. Machinery is very important. Some machines are as expensive as buying a house, and there's a reason for it, right? Instead of buying a car or a house or like something crazy, going to vacation, my thing is like invest in your tools, in your machines, right? And then you have to plan on how you're gonna buy your machines. What machine is gonna work for you? Not necessarily the machine the other company is using. You're gonna give you the same results. So pay attention, do your research, talk to people. There's this thing where we hear all the time, you have to go try it before you buy it. So go to those companies, take time off, go use those machines, learn about them, see if it's something you're interested to invest in. And always like designs or tools, these are all time consuming and investing your time and your money. Machinery also, you have to buy new machines every few weeks, every other month. I always buy machines, whatever machines that I need. For instance, we just recently bought this amazing camera that we're recording this video. That was a machine that we really needed. We're making a lot of the videos and we needed a tool, a machine where we can make better videos. So investing in a good machinery, you can get better results, and do that. Also, we're gonna move on to space. Space is very important. I've moved, I don't know, maybe like 7-8 times. Different buildings, different offices, from retail to manufacturing to designing. This was all different spaces. Every time I got beautiful, nice space, I was able to do much better than my other place where it wasn't nice and beautiful. Now that I have this beautiful view in behind me, this is my office. That's a real view in Los Angeles, LA. It's so different. You come to work with passion, with excitement, with happy. That alone, it's unbelievable. It will make you work better, focus better, and you can do so much more. So space is very important. Where you insert yourself is very important. Pay attention where you are, what you're doing, and what kind of space you are in. Sometimes because of the space you don't grow. You could come out with ideas, designs. The market is good, you have all the tools, but the space is not good. The vibe, the energy, the chi that of the space is not good. It won't work. You try and you wonder like, what's going on? I'm doing everything right. Pay attention to your space, where you are. Are you in your market space, or are you out of your market space? Are you spending a lot of time in that space where you're not able to focus, and you know how you feel this heaviness, that like sleepy, and you can't focus? That has to do a lot of your space. Also, feng shui. Feng shui is very important. Where are you sitting? Are you sitting north, south, east, west? Pay attention. A lot of times we're sitting in a position where it won't work with your flow, with your energy. And then learn about that. Try different things. Move things around. See what works better for you. Your energy. Where you receive your jobs from, where you give your jobs out, where you sit, how you work, with what works better for you. Pay attention. Space is very important. So feng shui is very important. Pay attention to all that. So I'm going to move on to the next, which is methodology. Now, methodology is important. If you haven't read books about methodology, you have to read books. You have to learn about methodology, what it does to you mentally. When you're ready, you will function, do better. Methodology, let me put this in a better way. A lot of times we believe in things that it doesn't serve us. That becomes your methodology. A lot of other times we believe in things that it will propel us into the future. That's a methodology. The way it works is, I found, is we all feel not so good sometimes. The trick is to come out of it quickly as you can, as possible. Sometimes some of us, we get stuck in one place over a week. Not to say that we don't function. We do function. We can, but we're stuck. When we let go of that, we can like feel like your handbrake was on, and then you just let go of your handbrake, and then the car picks up. It feels almost like that. I used to be like that, and then I worked on myself so much that I was able to bring it down to day, to hour. Now it's almost like, sometimes it's seconds and minutes. Most of the time it's seconds. I go down, I feel horrible. Second, 2 seconds, 1 minute later, I'm up, I let go. I just put in my mind that I'm gonna work and fix, and that's all I'm gonna do. And then meanwhile, I'm gonna work to go forward. So it's very important. Methodology is so important. If you're feeling down, you're feeling low in your mental energy, you're not going to function as well as you could otherwise. So pay attention to your methodologies. Who you're listening, what you're doing, who's putting your okay, let me rephrase it. Who you listening, are you, and what you're doing, how are you thinking, and who are you studying, or what kind of books you're reading. This is very important. You are building your methodology. Methodology is transformable. It never stays the same. It's always you come up with new mental notes, mental decisions, and that slowly becomes your methodology. So I'm gonna talk about one other thing, methodology. Because this methodology is mental, I want to talk about neuroplasticity. I've talked about this previous videos. This is very important. You guys, if you haven't taken time to study about neuroplasticity, it's very important for you guys to understand, to learn about this. Basically what it is you are building new neurons in your brain, new habit loops, and that would serve you unbelievably, tremendously well if you do that. Learn about what your brain does, how it works, and your methodology is going to be built accordingly. You can actually build your mental decision making process by learning new ways of doing things, by new habits. So pay attention, go learn about neuroplasticity. Your brain is plastic. You can shape it, form it anywhere you want, and find out about that. And one other thing I can talk about methodology is market. Since we're talking about market, you design tools, all kinds of things. Methodology is like, some people believe that they wanna tools, they wanna use certain tools, right? Meanwhile, 5 years passed, new tools came out, they're stuck using the same tools. Yesterday I was watching Food Channel. This one story was amazing. Mom and dad have a child. He went to college, came working with them. They have a food court. They're washing dishes with their own hands. Their son is fighting with them, telling them, we need to bring in washing machines so we can pay more time, put more time making food, making everything better, so we can have better clients. They would not budge. They thought having dishwasher was expensive, but the guy is saying that mom and dad and 2-3 other employees, 6 of them, washing dishes the whole night. Time is more valuable, we know that. Machine is not. You bring the machine to save time, so you can put your time into doing something better. So here we go, methodology. Washing machine and not having is 2 different worlds. If you have to bring machinery, don't be stuck on using the old ways, the old tools, something you're comfortable with, you're stuck with. Change your methodology. Change the way you speak, the way you sell, the way you use your tools, the way you conduct your business. Be open to learning new things, open your methodology. Remember, brain is plastic. Learn about that, and then change, become better version of yourself. So I'm going to move on from methodology to mode. Mode is very important. If we're in a happy mood, we're in a sad mood, we're in a excited mood, we're in, you name it, like things happen with us, we're in a different mood, right? So mode is very important. You have to set up your environment such a way that it will make you happy. If your family pictures make you happy, make sure you have your family pictures. If crystals and rocks make you happy, make sure you have your beautiful crystals and rocks. If your designs that you've been making make you happy, make sure you have a bunch of your designs. You're wearing your designs, you're featuring. If you're clothing designer, make sure you're wearing your clothes, your shoes, all those things. Set the mood up, make yourself excited. We function better, we can design better, we are better people where we are in a good mood. People make you not so happy, they aggravate you. Make sure you don't talk to these people a lot or never. If you don't have to, if they're family members, obviously we have to maybe associate with them, but make your time shorter so you can put yourself in an amazing, beautiful mood and get happy, excited, and just go and kill it. All right, so do come to amazing bring yourself to amazing mood and just go do it. I love being excited. Every time I walk in my office, I'm so like pumping everybody up, and maybe pumping myself up. Yeah, let's go, do it. And, you know, just whatever it takes. Bring your mood up, bring yourself up. There's so much happening. That's what it takes. Just do it. So the last is from tools to automation. So automation is amazing. Organization. Organize. I'm working so hard to organize myself. You need time, money, people. That doesn't mean that you can't organize yourself when you're by yourself. It takes longer, but the time that you're going to invest in organizing yourself is well worth it. Because on the other hand, you're not going to be looking for something for a very long time. You didn't lose something. You always know where everything is. Automation. Make yourself in a way that if you need to, so if you need to get a machinery that helps you out with getting everything automated, if you need to write things down, you need to organize yourself in such a way where everything is almost feels like automated or it's automated. Make sure you do it. You spend your time, you put your time in, and then you make yourself automated. Tools are important also. If you have tools where I can put something in this machine and move on and go do something else while the machine is producing that particular part of the piece that I'm making, that's like you're going forward, you're going ahead, and you have to have that kind of machinery. Hopefully in the beginning we were talking about tools and machinery. You took your time, you saved your money, you did your research, and you got some kind of machines and tools where it would make your life easier and make your company go forward. Machinery is amazing, automation is amazing. Always pay attention, get yourself automated, and go make a killing. So there's one more. Next video I'm going to talk about something really important. What happens after you do all this? And I'm going to end it here. These are the 10 steps doing this number 9 video. So I appreciate you guys for paying attention, learning, and if you have any questions, make sure you leave comments down below. We'll pay attention to those comments, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Visit all our social medias. Do that if you have family and friends they're interested in this kind of videos. Make sure you share with them. We appreciate also that, and thank you very much. Hope see you with the next video.